My name is Jamie Stone. This is my husband, Stephen. We have been coming here for about 9 months now. And we have 3 kids. We have a 14-year-old girl, 5-year-old boy, and a 3-year-old little girl. And then we also just added another little man to the family. We have a foster son that we hope to adopt.
So literally all shapes and sizes and colors.
And colors, yes.
We came here, we were invited by some friends, and we came and loved the first series that we were a part of, and we knew right away that this was the place for us. And I think the thing that stands out for me above anything is the relationships and the people that we've got connected with here. And for the first time, we truly feel like we have people that we can relate to on just about every level of our life, that we can live life with. And so that's the biggest thing for us, and one of the reasons why we're here is just the people. That is the biggest thing, is the people and the fact that we really are part of a family here.
We had been visiting several churches, a lot of churches, felt like every church in Lubbock, but really it was probably only 10% of the churches in Lubbock. When we came in here, it was just me and the kids. Stephen was out of town, and I just remember it being really intimate. That was the word, that the only way I could describe it. I didn't know how to describe it other than it was just really intimate. One day I took Jackson back to his class. He's our 5-year-old, and he had wanted to stay in and worship with us for a little bit. And so after our worship was over, I took him back to his class, and the door was closed, and I knocked on the door, and Kristen, Jackson's teacher, opened the door, and I looked in, and they were just worshiping. It was, they had their heads down and their hands up, and they were really worshiping the Lord, and I just thought that was amazing.
So can we just keep it real here? Does this need to be a sweet little church testimonial? We love experiencing God, and we love deep times with the Lord, and we love deep revelation and deep worship, and we believe in the fullness of everything that God has through His Spirit. But I'm just not a big fan of tambourines and people running around the church and banners myself. And so, no offense if you're into that type of thing, but for us, this is a place that no matter who we invite, they're going to feel comfortable here. No matter what their background, they're going to feel comfortable here. And at the end of the day, if they really have a heart for the Lord, the thing that they're wanting is depth, and you're going to find depth here. I've never really understood or been able to grasp or put my mind around how I have access to His kingdom here on earth. And one of the ways that I've been transformed in my heart since we've come to Harvest is we've learned and really experienced that the kingdom is in our hearts. Our marriage, I really do believe that eventually we're going there, that we're going to have the marriage of our dreams. I mean, we're in a process right now, but I'm more in love with my wife today than I ever have been. And part of it or the biggest part of it actually is just the way that God has used Harvest Christian Fellowship and impacted our lives in that way.
I mean, we knew we were in Christ, we knew we were saved, but I think we were still trying to live up to what we were supposed to be and just try harder and do better to be, good Christian people, and that's works righteousness. And I didn't see Him. That's been a big thing for us. I don't think we saw each other, our hearts, until we just really believe that we are who God says we are.
There's a culture of marriage here. One thing that we believe here is in a culture of marriage, and I'm so grateful for that, because whenever things are right here, then typically it's a lot easier for the peace of God to rule and reign in my heart. And so I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the culture that we have here of marriage. We come from a background, just like so many people we know, who believe that there's a hierarchy within the kingdom, and one person has a lot of power, and then the next person has some power, and we as mortals, mere mortals, we have to submit to that, and I've always had a problem with that in my heart, and because I do believe that Jesus is the head. One thing that we really like about Harvest, as far as leadership goes, is you would never know who the leaders are here unless somebody points them out to you. And we're really grateful for that. And not only do they believe in not telling us how to run our lives, they believe in equipping us and empowering us to believe in ourselves and experience God for ourselves. I can't wait till the women's retreat rolls around again next year. She came back more believing in herself and who she is than she ever has before.
Just being secure, learning how to be secure in who God created me to be. That was key. That was huge.
You know, my favorite part about men's retreat is the relationships that are being built and getting to hang out in the rooms. I don't think we went to bed before 4 o'clock in the morning, and it was awesome. I can't wait to do it again next year. Said we have a 14-year-old who is excited. I mean, she's devastated if she can't make it to youth. I mean, it's a big deal. And that's important because growing up, I think speaking for both of us, I don't remember ever really getting excited to go to church many times. And so, man, it just blesses my heart as a dad to know that I'm a part of a family where every one of my kids really enjoy coming and just being with family. And that's a key word for me is family. I've known the Lord for 8 years now. I've been saved and walking with God for 8 years, and for the most part during those 8 years, I feel like I've been called to an army, or I feel like I got called to a war. And you know, since coming to Harvest, I really don't believe that. I've had a change in my heart. I think I've been called to a family.